Thank you very much, Joyce, and welcome everyone. As Joyce said, this is the second report of its kind. The first one focused in Southern Africa region, in particular Zimbabwe, South Africa. And this time we delve deeper into East Africa, focusing in Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. So today I'm going to go through some of the assumptions, methodologies, and emerging evidence and recommendations from the report. The report is called The Cost of Inaction, the Cost of Not Realizing the HIV and Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights of Young People in Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. Next slide, please. So what is the report about? It's important to understand what do we mean by cost of inaction. And what do we mean by cost of inaction is the cost of not doing anything differently than we're currently doing and not investing more than we're currently investing. So it presents evidence on the actual annual costs of not addressing adequately the HIV and sexual and reproductive health and rights needs of young people in these three countries. In other words, the cost of not investing differently or more. And this is very important, and we'll see as we go through the report. It uses a cost of inaction approach to highlight the financial, social, and economic repercussions that arise from failing to address adequately SRHR issues for young people, including HIV. It focuses on three areas, like Joyce said. We had to find certain parameters that would allow the research to be conducted in a relatively quick time. And so it focuses on three main priorities for young people in the continent. One is teenage pregnancies. So here we limit it to 15 to 20 to 18 years old. And then HIV acquisition among young people and gender-based violence experienced by young people in the three countries. Next slide, please. So I think we need to talk a little bit about the demographics and the background of these three countries that make it a good candidate to focus in for the report. So there's some issues that are about who are the young people, and there are some issues about what are young people facing in terms of the policy and service environment that they live in. As I said, the study was conducted in Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda, and it complements the first report for Southern Africa in Zimbabwe, South Africa. We talk about young people with the definition of 15 to 24 years old, except in the definition of work around teenage pregnancies, where we focus 15 to 18. So it's the population in these three countries of 15 to 24 is more than 20% of the total population, which is a big contrast to the global average of 15.5%. So the youth bulge, what we call this demographic of a higher percentage of the population being among the young demographics, it represents the region, and therefore has implications and recommendations for current and future workforce issues. Another reason why we chose these three countries is that we felt we had sufficient data available, costing data, that would allow us to go through our methodology and for each of these three priority areas, be able to come up with a cost estimate that we feel is accurate.